I don't know about you, Adrian. I think they're kind of outmatched.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
There you go. Hey everybody, before we get started, I just wanted to say, if you enjoy our content and want to stay up to date with our videos, hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel. Thanks. So, on to the video.
Hello, this is Adrian from my channel Random Drop, and we are here with the final episode of Magical Destroyers. It has been a long road, Bryce, but we're finally here.
Maybe we'll finally get our answers.
Maybe. Why were they in the box? Why do they turn into weird, darker versions? Not weird, really cool, darker versions of themselves. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is going on? We got 30 minutes to answer the rest of our questions in this show, but really, like, there's not much else to say, right? Like, the end of the last episode ended with them fighting their subconsciouses or whatever, then merging with the other girls, and now they're the actual magical destroyers now, right?
Right.
Before they were just like split versions of themselves, I guess. And they got their like really badass, cool looking forms. And it sucks because we're only gonna see them for one episode, and we're never gonna see these characters again, probably. But I mean, I don't know. We'll probably have a lot to say after the show is over. So let's hop to it. Let's finish this and get this anime wrapped up. And no opening this time. I try to make the ultimate game.
He's like searching for originality.
Yeah. Oh, he's the true creator. Fucking NPCs.
We're just living in his world, Adrian.
But like, are we actually? Or like he just took over the world at some point?
You get to see the transformation again?
Yeah, definitely. They put money into this, Rez. They have to. I really like this one.
It's metal as hell, dude.
Yeah, I fucking love it. It's like, oh, she looks way cooler now. This part too is so good. The scream. Destroyers.
Yeah.
Get it. That's the name of the show. This is why. Now do you already
Dang.
beat up?
Yeah, he got beat up bad just by getting pushed back.
Oh, his little face. Oh, it makes sense now. He had the little same dumb face. Mm-hmm. Dude, the music. Oh my god, I forgot that we need the soundtrack at the end of all this. No!
Oh my god.
No! Okay.
Oh, where'd the mouth go, though? Because they shit on the game I was making.
Yeah. I mean, were those the game otakus that did that, though? I mean, maybe
Probably,
you should say them. I think maybe it's like the idea is like he's a creator, right? Like a creator, like someone who creates things, art or game or whatever. And that's usually, that's what people like, right? Is other people's creations. Like what they're fans of. And I guess he was mad like that, like people don't like his or something. You're a piece of shit. Oh, I get it. You're a piece of shit. Oh, makes sense. You're just an asshole. I like blowing chunks out of him, dude.
They sure are, dude. Oh, that's a good shot. That's an excellent frame.
That's a pretty good shot.
Oh no.
I mean, he doesn't seem like, yeah, like it seems like he just controls the world.
This is a flashback, huh?
I like it's like a mix.
Yeah.
It's like a flashback to that time, but around about basically 30.
Wow, he's I didn't know
yeah.
he was that old. He'll get bathed in his color. Yay!
Yay! They killed him.
Okay.
What the fuck is happening?
He's dead, dude.
Is this how the show's gonna end?
The dude needs his helmet. Gotta put
Needs
the
his
helmet in
helmet.
there. I am the new otaku hero.
Just okay. A giant ball of otakus.
This is very, very different, Adrian.
This is not what I was expecting at all.
What are you talking about?
I just don't like that. Yeah. The top of the trash is his helmet burning. It's not there.
It's not according to plan. Oh,
Yeah,
look at
that's
them.
the boys. Merry Christmas. Dude, these fucking losers. Wait, some of them have marks?
I don't know about you, Adrian. I think they're kind of outmatched.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
There you go.
What in the world? What a weird ending. I mean, this should have been weird, but holy shit, what a weird ending.
There will always be an otaku hero, Adrian.
Yeah, there's
Someone
like
will
someone
always
who
take
always
the mantle.
Yeah, someone will always take the mantle for, and like Shoban can't control that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The first otaku hero inspired so many people that no matter what happens, like
There'll
the
be another
revolution
otaku.
and the rebellion, there will always be someone to step up against
People
them.
will always like what they like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
The
just...
the whole thing about the girls, just like now they're just for like, as far as I know, they're just going to be on Shoban's side now, and they outclass every single fighter that the freaking rebellion has.
Yeah. Which that's where I'm like, they have like no chance. They're just gonna cycle forever. I don't know, but the fact that he has no control over, I guess, the outcome, and maybe one day they will win, kind of thing. I don't know. Weird. I would love to like read like an interview or like an analysis, like post this, or like I get what happened in the ending wise. It was just like, I really just like chose that, huh?
Yeah, it's like what brought you to this? What brought you to end the show this way, right?
Yeah, definitely. Which is like a bittersweet ending. I just don't like the fact that like mind controlled forever, right? It's like sure the battle could go on, but I realize it's just like, oh, the girls are just mind controlled forever. But like he like halfway won. Or I guess he, I mean, in the end, the Shoban ended up losing, right? Because he has no control of what's the outcome anymore, and that's kind of the point of it. But yeah, no, I mean, I did not think this was a game with like otaku hero dying and all that stuff, but like it makes sense, right? Like how it ends up wrapping up and what happens. But yeah, again, like you said, just very would love to read like, hey, why, like, what was your thought process behind this, right? Why would you, why end it in this way, I guess, right? The whole building up to the magical destroyers was the like their final forms and all that. Or maybe there's meant to be more, like who knows? But yeah, what a odd show. Especially like the opening too and everything, and the ending. right? It's just such a oddball show, which I overall enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed my whole time through it, but definitely left with like a little bit of like, oh man, huh? That's how you're gonna end it. Okay.
There's definitely like
There's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
different
rooms for
ways that
openings.
you
You
can
can
interpret like
it,
what the
yeah,
show's trying to say as well. Kind of
yeah.
like, of course, Shoban is like
He's a
I'm just,
creator.
this is off the top of my head, right? This is like he's the developer, right? He's the
Yeah.
developer, and he
He,
basically saying is like, y'all don't know what y'all like, y'all don't know what you want. I
yeah,
am the
yeah,
one who creates what y'all want,
yeah. What
right?
you like? Yeah, I know what y'all like and want, right? And
Or
I
what
have
y'all like
complete
doesn't
control.
matter.
Yeah, which I like that analogy, right? Of like, he's the developer saying like, no, I'm right. No matter what y'all say, I'm the one who's right. I'm the creator,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, or a
Which,
company, you know.
yeah, and that could be drawn out to a bunch of different animes, a bunch of different games for sure, where the developers stop listening to their fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And their fans like talk shit about them and stuff, and be like, "No, we're
Yeah,
the right ones."
and Origin, of course, is the audience, right? Like, he's like, yeah, check this out, and of course she's just like, yeah, whatever. Like the entire time, he's like, oh, it's about to end. Like, this is the
Yeah,
end. He's like,
yeah,
oh, this is just phase two. This is just phase two, and she's just
yeah,
like does
yeah.
not care the entire time.
She's literally the only the player of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just there to like
Yes,
enjoy the ride. And yeah,
she's not
they're like
having a
kind of
good time.
they're kind of bored by it, yeah. And she had
Yeah,
more fun whenever Otaku Hero showed up. Like at the end, she's laughing.
yeah,
Whenever Otaku Hero showed back up, and like, and it
something that went
makes
off the script, right?
yeah, yeah, and it makes sense that like if you were to set it up game wise, actually, that the magical girls are the final bosses, right? They're like this unstoppable force that if you were to like play through a game, you would be fighting them by the end of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it ends up creating like a more interesting, it ends up creating a more interesting dynamic than Shoban actually created. Yeah, I bet there's a ton of analysis like that you could do on this. Like yeah, him being a creator, right, and them talking about like all otakus are lovers of some of a creator's creation, but that does not necessarily mean like. It probably has a lot to do with like tying the artist to the art and all that type of stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like going on in regards to that. But I guess like my question is still like, what are the magical girls? Why pick magical girls in the first place, and why do it in this way? Right, that's still the part I'm not fully grasping. And maybe it's just something with the magical girl genre, like because I don't watch the magical girl genre at all, right?
Right.
And probably has something to do with that, maybe.
I feel like, and like I said, this is off the top of my head. This is just speculation, right?
Yeah,
The magical girls, it's just a medium, right? Again, it's just something that's popular and it's kind of like chilled out.
yeah.
They could use it as like,
It's the most anime ass Japanese stuff out there, right? It's like most recognizable,
right.
right?
And if you just like insert this genre, if you just swap out like magical girls with something else, like I said, if we were doing like the analogy, like a game or something, like
Mm-hmm.
it would fill out the same way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
The magical girls was just the medium that they chose for this plot, or it could be like Otaku Hero had the magical girls, which is like an IP, right? And then the company like takes it over and turns it into something
It's
completely
something
different.
else, yeah. Yeah, that's another way of interpreting it too. Yeah,
Just like you said, it's like you raised them. Now it's mine. I'm taking it and making it to its perfect form.
yeah. Was it got to keep on loving? Like what you like.
They say it a lot in the show.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a lot of that for sure, like throughout the show, right? It's just like
It's like, who fucking cares what other people think, right? Just do what you
Yeah,
enjoy.
yeah, pretty much, right? It's like, oh, well, and that one episode with like the festival was like a really good one about it, right?
Oh yeah.
That we want, and like when they're doing the festival, like we want to show everyone how much we like the things we like, or something like that, right? And
Like an outlet.
yeah. And like gather like-minded people and other people to like try those things out too. But yeah, that was a big thing, right? Is Origin had more fun whenever things were getting fucked up for him.
Well, it's like it's hard. It's hard to like not notice that, right? Because the entire time, it's like she was like at a small
Mm,
intrigue, like at the beginning. Like he's like, "Oh, that's interesting." It's like, "Oh yeah, I'll show you." And then like
yeah,
she's fucking bored the entire time, and then
yeah. He's almost 30, which is very surprising.
yeah,
Not
very
many, not
surprising.
many anime main characters that are almost fucking 30, dude.
Yeah,
They're just like 22. It's like, oh, I'm old. I've been through
yeah.
some shit. Like,
Now, if Otaku Hero was complaining about his back, maybe then he'd be a little bit more
maybe.
relatable.
Right? Is that my fucking knees don't work like they used to? Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, the bad guy does this at the end. He no longer has control of the script. He literally lost control of the script at the end, and but it's just like I get like people very much don't like, and I get it, right? But like vague or like interpret yourself endings, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you could, but there's very clear facts of Origin was bored of Shoban's shit, and this new exciting thing of he has no control is way more fun for it. There's still some part of the Magic Girls that are like still themselves, but they have no control of what they're doing, right?
Yes.
And there may be a world where what makes it unbelievable, I guess, is just like the power level differences, but maybe they figured something out, right? Where like maybe they get them back at some point or something, right? That would be like the next, if you were making a game or a story or creating something, that would be like the next arc, right?
Yeah.
But like it doesn't really, it's not the point of the show to tell that story. It's very much to show like this creator who created this vast thing, it is no longer his. It is the
It belongs to
otakus. It's the people who like the things they like, right? Um, yeah, I think there's like a huge like disconnecting the creator from the creation type shit going on, definitely, which is like a huge topic this year in general.
And again, this might not have had like source material, but I guess it is definitely influenced by what's been going on this year, like you said.
Yeah, but what's been going on in the world, yeah, I mean, in general, right? Like how like people who like nerdy shit and all that was very much like pushed out and not liked by people, right? And this is, you got to think about it. This happened in 2011.
That's true. It's like
Right?
the old man. They're like, "Shit, we used to had to hide this stuff, man.
Yeah,
Y'all could just be out here because that's like around the time when it became more mainstream."
yes, it's specifically chosen to be in 2011 because that's the time when it literally broke out, right? Where people could like Marvel shit, right? And then people who like Twitter and like Twitter blew up, so like people who liked anime and stuff like started connecting more, and like communities started getting built over time. Um, and like that's literally when all that shit popped off. And as years have gone on, like it's not weird for you to say like, oh yeah, I like. Even though it's like pretty mainstream to say that, but like I like Demon Slayer. So the dude, that's fucking cool. I like Demon Slayer too. That's awesome. Lots of people know what that is, right? And like that was not the case before. Like there's a very much a xenophobia, especially over here in the US, of like, oh, you like that stuff? Weird.
Yeah.
Why aren't you watching Jersey Shore? It's like what?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like,
are you still recording, Adrian?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Because like I had a story. Is like when I was like in fucking like second grade or something. I was sitting at the cafeteria table with a bunch of normies, I guess,
Fucking
and
normies.
they were talking about their favorite music and stuff. They're like, "Oh, I like this." I can't remember at the time what they were saying,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I like this. I like just American music, pop music, you know. And they're like, "I like
Yeah.
this song." Bryce, what kind of music do you like? I like Utada Hikaru, and they just like looked at me, and I'm just like, "No, like a real band." I'm like, "What are you
Real
talking about?
bad.
Like a real?" Yeah, I was like, "That is a real." She's a singer.
Fuck yeah. I don't Kingdom Hearts fans, I don't like you though, so we can't do it. Right, that's who that is the Kingdom
She, yeah,
Hearts theme.
she,
Yeah.
she sings the first Kingdom Hearts theme and the second, third. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But she's an actual pop artist, so
Yeah.
yeah.
No, you're definitely right.
Mhm.
Especially us growing up, right? It was very like with Twitch and all that stuff. And now, like, dude, kids are growing up now wanting to be YouTubers and streamers, right? Like,
Mhm.
it's so fucking crazy because that was not when we were growing up, man. God, I sound like a fucking old person now.
Mhm.
We were like on the cusp of it, so it's like a little bit annoying, right? It's like, man, like, fuck, I would have thrived in this environment where like you just like whatever you like and be cool, but everyone's chill about it. Um, but yeah, man, like I like fucking World of Warcraft, dude. Whatever. And it's just I don't know. It's definitely we grew up in a time where we're like just on the cusp of it, right? And then we literally
Mhm.
graduated, and then YouTube happened, and then it
Yeah.
just it's literally, dude. Oh my god, it blows my mind just thinking about it. They're specifically saying the year 2011, and it's
Mhm.
so spot on. It is holy shit. Why didn't I realize that earlier? Yeah. And the thing, and that was the battle in 2011. We're in 2022 now, and you could say like Otaku
3,
Hero is
Adrian. We're 3.
23. Holy shit! You could say like Otaku Hero is one at this point, right? Like,
Yes.
it is you can love whatever you love, and that's the end of the message at the end of the show.
This is what he fought for.
Yeah, it's like literally what he fought for. To not like be, and yeah, they're in the show they're persecuted in a very literal way, right? Where they're like
Mhm.
treated like thrown in internment camps and shit. Um, and the thing that like helped them out and like got turned against them and stuff like that, and used it as a way to like bring them down, right? And again, but people just still pushed to like what they like, and yeah, eventually like yeah, it's very smart, I guess. Like now looking and thinking about it, that's how I interpreted it. Of like the 2011 thing sets it off so hard once I started thinking about it. Because why pick that year? That is why you pick that year. Because that is literally on the cusp of this stuff.
The
Just
breakthrough, yeah.
the breakthrough, yeah. Of like, oh yeah, like just people connecting to each other in a different way rather than just like it's just like all these people. There's always these people who liked all these things, but they have no way of communicating or talking to each other because they are split up by these groups of people, right?
Mhm.
But then, like I said, Twitter happened and all that stuff, right? Discords, YouTube video. YouTube is probably one of the biggest ones. Like YouTube happened and started gathering, like these communities starting building around these people, right?
Mhm.
Um,
You got a guy making anime YouTube videos, and then people
yeah,
who like
congregate
find it
around,
interesting.
congregate around them,
Yeah.
right? And that, and then he in turn inspires someone else to do the same thing, right? And
Mhm.
again, they just started growing. Yeah, it's a great analogy. I fucking love that part of it. Yeah, I'll probably add this to the point of the video because we stopped recording, or I had stopped, but then I started recording once he started talking. It's like, wait, now that I've had some time to think about this. Um, but yeah, I still don't like the part where the story wise of the part, like I like the analogy and all that's great. I just still don't like that the girls got mind controlled at the end and they're
Yeah.
not free. I wish like they broke free right at the end. Like, all right, it's great. Or I didn't get like
It,
one last super fight with them in their badass forms.
if anything, it's kind of like they conformed, right?
Yeah,
They conform to normalcy.
yeah, Siobhan's way of thinking,
Yeah.
but like
Mhm.
still underneath, still like with them, like the same way, right?
Yeah.
And again, this is 2011, right? And this battle clearly is showing at the very end. This battle continues, and in the real world, or one in their world, Shoban lost the script, so eventually they will win. He will lose because he can no longer predict everything. So anything can happen. Yeah. Again, I would love to watch a YouTube video or like an interview or read something on this show, a bit more analysis. But that's definitely what I took out of it. Initially confused when I watched it, but now sitting here thinking about the whole show together, that's kind of where I land. It's definitely not an ending that's gonna like not everyone's gonna love for sure. Like it's definitely one of those shows of like I'm just trying to tell a message, and it's not really about the things happening in the show. It's about why and how it reflects the real world, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And it's not going to be that type of ending. It's not going to wrap up with a neat little bow. It's meant to make you think, like, why did it end this way? Why did all this happen? Yeah, I guess that's where we leave it, right? I'm really curious to see if this is just it for the show in itself, or the series, or this IP, right? Like whatever is going on. I don't know how like Japanese and animation companies do one-offs like this, right? If they have like plans for it or anything like that.
I wonder if this ties into the game at all. The phone game.
And in the phone game, they looked a lot more metal too, right? All the girls, from what I remember seeing. Yeah, I'm really curious. I would love to, if anyone in the comments has like an interview link or anything like that, or more information on this creation itself, I would love to read about it. It interests me a bunch, right? There's a lot going, or like a good analysis video, right? I bet someone's going to create one of those that knows the industry and all that way more than I do, because I feel like there's a lot it's saying that I'm not going to fully catch, right?
I feel like it can be interpreted in like a lot of different ways, right? Like what we were saying. Yeah,
definitely. I would love to see other people's interpretations for sure. If you guys have any of that stuff, please link it down below. Overall, I would probably like say this show, like in terms of how much I enjoyed it, like I would probably like put it like 8. That's probably where I would land it, 7 or 8. I do like the art style overall, and had overall fun every episode, right? I think the most boring episode was the probably the like old man otaku one.
The pool, right? Where they go in the river.
It had one really good joke, which was the buff pink thing. But overall,
she's dope.
But overall, probably didn't need that episode. But I feel like a super big budget with this art style and like this type of creativity would be really fun to watch if it had like, you could tell parts where they would skim back and parts where they wouldn't. But yeah, man, I enjoyed the show. I liked it, right? I think it's a genuinely good attempt at like doing your own thing, and I liked it. I don't know how you feel about it.
I think I'd give it a 7.
Yeah.
The music's great. The art, the music is so fucking. It reminds me so much of like something like what's his name, Sawano Hiroyuki.
Yeah, or Shoji Meguro for me from the Persona series.
Oh yeah, true. Maybe like a little mix of both.
Yeah, like electric rock and like good vocals.
Like that
jazzy
really
vocals.
Yeah, and then they have like those moments like when he was like charging up to Shoban. That reminded me a lot of like the Kill la Kill.
Definitely a bunch of influence of that stuff. But yeah, like I said, leave a comment, comment, subscribe. And this is the end here, but maybe we'll come back with a reaction soon. Maybe we'll do the One Piece live action. We'll see. We thought about it. I think that would be really fun, especially like, that would be really funny to do, especially us being, me watching it recently and stuff, right? The original show, and going to watch this. I hope it's good. I hope it's at least fun or entertaining. But we might do a reaction on that. But for now, this is our animation reaction done for a while. We picked a show that interested us both. At some point, I think Bryce is going to do a video on the next season, where we kind of talk about what's coming out next season. I'll post that on my end whenever that does come out, if we end up doing it. And we will be back. Bye-bye.
See ya.